Hey, Chuck here. I'm out here in the Cedar Forest, one of my favorite places to go. Brought Remy along. We're wrapping up our 23-24 hunting season, and Remy and I are just going to come out and play around the woods a little bit today, make a little lunch. He's digging a big hole like he always does. Hey, Remy, knock it off. Remy. Anyway, we had a lot of wind and rain in the last few months. It's real muddy getting in here today. It was pretty muddy getting in here today, and there was a big windstorm and an earthquake in our area the other day. Shook the ground for about 15 seconds. It's like a 4.8. I mean, it's not a huge earthquake as earthquakes go, but we never have earthquakes around here. It's I think it's been probably 10-15 years since the last one I felt. I just gotta show you this. Hang on. Amy, what are you doing? You digging a big old hole? Yeah, you're just digging a big old hole? Yeah. Excavating? It's just digging a hole. Digging a hole. He says, I'm alive. I'm back, and I will get my stuff out and we'll get some water going, and probably make a little bit of ramen and maybe a coffee or something. All right, thanks. Bye. Anyway, I brought my axe today. This is a Husqvarna carpenter's axe. It's become my go-to axe for woods bowing like this. It's got enough head. You can get up there. You can do a little carving with it, but you can also split light timber with it and take other small trees down. I like the heft of the head. It's kind of heavy. I don't exactly know how many pounds it is, but I like it a lot. I brought out my Battle Horse bushcrafter knife, which has slowly become one of my favorite knives, and has an attached fire steel with a striker, which I prefer than to using the back of the blade. I brought two different stoves with me. My flat pack stove, I kind of forgot it was in the back, and I also put my stove here with the solo stove that's inside my round bag. Probably going to use both. I don't know. We'll see. Brought a little water bowl for this is a water bowl I picked up for hunting with Remy this year, but it's a great little bowl for him. I can put water in, he doesn't spill it all. All right. Got some water in these packets down here. I brought out my Baco saw. Used it to get in here. There were so many falling down trees, we had to cut a little bit of a path. Got water just for Remy, and I got water on the other side for myself. Okay, it's a little cook kit in a round bag. That's my solo stove, which is a pot and a stove. I find it to be very handy for small little jobs like this. The lid stove is inside of a bag inside here, and then the pot is inside the bag. My only complaint is some people like the bags and they're really tight fitting like this. I find it to be a little bit of a drag. I've complained before about it. But I like the pot. It's a nice sized pot. It has measurements on the side. There's a little spout here, and the lid fits nice and tight, and then you can lock the lid in a position, and the little tab won't fall over, which is nice for doing that kind of work. Around the sides of the fin here, I have spices in here. I have my little K-bar utensil set. I love this thing. It's like so small, so light, so easy to use. It's like, why would I bother doing anything else. I got a little Altoids tin with different little spicy things in there, salt and pepper and stuff. Let's get the stove out. Stove has a little top to it. Not much to this thing. It's a pretty simple system. It's a double-walled gasifier. It has an interior wall. There's an interior wall, and then the exterior wall, and you can see that these holes, the interior wall's in there. Fresh air goes in through those, then comes out these interior holes around the other side. It's extra oxygen and hits the gases of the fire, and you'll see little blue flames coming out of the thing. In retrospect, I would have bought the next size up. This one takes a lot of work to keep feeding it. It's one of the reasons why I'll sometimes go with my other stove when I'm cooking, just because it's just a little easier labor-wise, I guess. Okay, I've been sawing up a bunch of small little pieces. I took this stick and sawed it down into a bunch of little pieces like this. I'm going to toss them in the very bottom of the stove and get the fire lit on top of it and get these things going, kind of create a base down at the bottom. It doesn't take much to saw these things. I get a little bit of kerf and you can usually snap them. It's just a little easier in your hands that way. Now I'm going to take some of the stuff I brought in on the way in. Little stuff I brought in. Drop that in the pocket here. It's all nice and dry, crackly twigs. I'll throw those in. All light, nice and easy. On the way in, I saw a little bit of a fallen birch tree, and I was able to grab some of the bark off of it. Birch bark is nature's gift to making fire. I have my little fire kit, which is a B&W Bushcraft, Pacific Northwest Bushcraft, like little pouch here. Opens up. You have different areas you can store stuff in. I got little fire starters here. I'm going to use them to help get the fire going today. It's a Bushcraft, Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starter. What I like to do with these is take my knife out, a little slice on one side of them. Very carefully, so you don't cut your hand. Take it easy. When you break them, they pop open real wide like that. You want to get these twisted and fluffed up a little bit. Now what I do is normally I put it on top of a piece of birch bark or a piece of bark, whatever, and I put it down on the ground. See if I can get this on the camera this time. Then what I can do is just take my fire starter, my ferro rod, and the striker. You can see you can start. I go to the smooth side. I'm gonna put it down. You can see it lights up pretty fast. I just take that and dump it in. And what I can do is take this stuff and put it right over top of it a little bit. You'll see that goes up real fast. It's a great way to get the fire really going. Once that fire's going, throw some twigs on top. And while that's happening, I'm going to quick get my water ready. And I'm going to get my water on. Let's put put this right up on top. Boom. Well, that's burning a little bit. I'll get some more twigs ready. You gotta constantly feed this fire. And keep it going. Especially with the wind I got going out here today. It's okay, Bummer. So while my stove's cooking, I'm going to get my coffee ready. That way when the water's up to temperature, I'm just going to make a little Starbucks video today. I'm just going to put that in there. I can add the coffee to it. I like to add a little Swiss Miss to my coffee sometimes, especially when I'm out here. Just give my coffee a little bit of a chocolatey goodness. Not a whole lot. Okay, I'll get that going. I have another pot I brought out me. I bought my kettle out, but I'm saying I'm going to use my kettle as a soup bowl. I'm going to make my soup in there. So, don't really need that. I'm going to use the handle on it though. This is the Uberleben pot. Ready? Got a pack of ramen. I'm gonna stick that in there. All right, we'll see you when the water gets ready. We wrapped up our hunting season last weekend out in Reading. Well, no, out in York at a chucker challenge event, and he did good. I did horrible. I didn't do horrible. I did okay, but it was a good event for him. He learned a lot. I learned a lot, and it was a nice way to wrap up our event. We got to see some friends, that kind of thing. We're going to be spending summer spending more time working on some other things for him rather than hunting, like obedience, and still be working on some hunting commands. He's young. It was his first season out. I think he did real well for his first season out. I mean, he finished up training January 9th, and we had him out. The season's over essentially at the end of March, but the public season's over at the end of February. So we went to private reserves after that, but he got a lot of birds over him. He did real well. I would say that he would find almost every bird we could have found out there, and he does a great job retrieving. I have to learn better how to position myself to shoot and to shoot a little bit, get my shooting down a little bit better. I've not spent a lot of time in my life with a shotgun in hand, and I've learned that it is a whole different skill set than a rifle, because I do a considerable amount of rifle shooting and competitions, but and do well at that, but this is something completely different. That said, we had a great time. I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of hooked on upland bird hunting now. That's going to be a thing for me. I actually am fitting out my truck. I'm going to be starting making some videos about that. I have an old 2015 GMC truck with a 8-foot bed, and I just found an old cap for it. So we're going to put a cap on it, kind of make it into a camping thing. Try it out this summer a little bit, spring and then the summer maybe. And then I'm going to try it out in the spring and see if I like it. And if I do, then I'll probably do some work on the cap and fix it up a little bit over the summer. And then in the fall, I'll be using it for when we go hunting. I can go, instead of driving real far and then driving real far back, I can maybe drive out somewhere, hunt, camp the night before, then hunt the next day, and that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to doing something like that. That is going to be fun. There's a bunch of helicopters going overhead. There's the military is moving helicopters. They do this about, I don't know, once every year or so. And we're in the flight path. So you'll have like 6 Cobra helicopters go right over your head. It's really wild. You can hear them in the background. I don't know if you can on the video. But anyway, we're we're also going to try to get some canoeing in. I never got him out for a canoe trip last year. We got busy in the fall, and so I want to get him out in the canoe a little bit and see how he does. It was a little tough last year, him being a puppy and getting his head strapped around, but I think this year he's learning his spot better. And if he does jump out, he's big enough to swim, where before it was a little bit touch and go, I think. And I think he's really going to enjoy it. He's also really good off leash now, generally speaking, I would say. I have him tied up right now because he'll just run all through this woods, and I'll have to chase him all day because he's so excited about all the smells. But I mean, he'll come back when I call him, but then I'll leave right away. So he's getting better and better as the time goes on, and we're really enjoying him. My other dog, Ellie, who I've done bush scratching with for age. Hey, hang on. Hey, knock it off. He's trying to pull down my little fort here. Ellie is somewhat retired, I'm going to say. I took her out yesterday for a walk through the woods next to our house, and she really loved it. But, you know, she's getting up there in age, and she worked her butt off for years as a sled dog. She's run several 100-mile-plus races, you know, finished them in a 24-hour type period type thing. So she's done her work for her life, and she's now really, she loves having Remy around. It's like her puppy, and but she likes getting out on a really nice day. It's supposed to be beautiful here Wednesday, so I'm planning on taking her out again then. She doesn't do that well with the cold weather anymore. I think her metabolism's slowing up. So, but she likes getting outside. Yesterday we had a nice day. She went out with me. She was just, she's like the greatest woods bumming dog. He's a little bit hyper for woods bumming right now, but I'm hoping that if we do it enough, he'll start settling into it a little bit. I think he doesn't know what he's supposed to do right now. Anyway, I'm going to eat my food. I made some ramen, made a little hot chocolate coffee with a little bit of a sweetener, Tennessee sweetener in there. And anyway, I'm going to get this eaten up, and maybe I'll catch some more video on my way out.